Hello everyone and welcome back to Cherry Lanes, where today we're going to go through how to make some PEANUTELLA cookies 4 different ways. Well, technically 2. You can make them as yummy swirled crunchy cookies, sandwich them with some peanut butter or Nutella, or my personal preference, load them in mini muffin pans and make PEANUTELLA stuffed PEANUTELLA cookies. Oh yes indeed. As the name suggests, PEANUTELLA is a combination of peanut butter and Nutella, and if you've never made a PEANUTELLA sandwich, I highly recommend you do that right now as you watch this tutorial. Alright, enough talking and let's get straight into it. You will need 113 grams of unsalted butter softened at room temperature, half a cup, which is 115 grams of caster sugar, also known as granulated or superfine sugar, and then half a cup of firmly packed dark brown sugar, which is 132 grams that I used, 1 large egg, 1 teaspoon of natural vanilla extract, 1/3 cup plus 1 tablespoon of crunchy peanut butter, which is 100 grams that I used, and then 1/3 cup plus 1 tablespoon of Nutella, which is 114 grams that I used, 1 tablespoon of cocoa powder, 1 cup, which is 145 grams of plain flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So, in a large bowl, start by adding the baking powder and salt into your plain flour and give it a thorough mix, ensuring you get the sides and the bottom until everything is well incorporated in this dry ingredient mix, and it should weigh approximately 151 grams. Now divide this dry ingredient mixture into 2 equal parts, as equally as you can, meaning ideally it should be 75.5 grams per bowl. But my scale here doesn't weigh to a 0.5 gram accuracy, so just try to be as accurate as possible, ensuring that you tare each bowl before weighing out the ingredients, and you should have this. Now just set that aside. Now, in a new large clean mixing bowl, pop in your softened unsalted butter and give it a quick mix on high for about 30 seconds until your butter looks smooth and creamy like this. Now to that, add in your caster sugar and light brown sugar, and starting on a low speed because you don't want your sugars to just fly everywhere. And once they start to kind of come together, mix on a medium to high speed for about 2 to 3 minutes, ensuring that you scrape down the sides and the bottom as you go along until your butter and sugar mixture looks light and fluffy like this. Now, add 1 large egg and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and starting on a low speed as always until it starts to kind of come together, then increase to a medium to high speed. Here I'm using speed 4 out of a maximum of 9, and mix that for about a minute until well incorporated. As you can see here, I like to hold the mixer over the bowl as I let as much batter flick off the whisk attachments before turning it off to prevent any batter from dripping on my counter. Alright, so if you followed the measurements accurately, this wet ingredient mixture should weigh approximately 409 grams. Now simply divide this batter into 2 equal parts again, meaning you should get 2 bowls of batter that weigh approximately 204 grams each. Try to do it as equally as possible. Now, organize yourself like this, where you have 2 parts of your dry ingredients and 2 parts of your wet ingredients, and place your peanut butter and Nutella on each side. Simply pour in your 1 tablespoon of cocoa powder into the Nutella side of your dry ingredients and mix thoroughly with a hand whisk. And I like to turn my bowl as I go around to ensure I get all the sides and the bottom well mixed in, and you should have this beautiful chocolate flour mixture. Now, using 2 clean medium-sized mixing bowls, all the ingredients on the left, so the portioned out 204 grams of batter, the peanut butter, and the plain flour mixture will enter bowl A, and the other portioned out batter, Nutella, and the cocoa flour will enter bowl B. Start by adding 204 grams of your batter and peanut butter into bowl A, and the other 204 grams of batter and Nutella into bowl B, and give each bowl a quick mix on high for about 30 seconds until your mixtures are both well incorporated and look something like this. I started beating the peanut butter mixture first because I found it was easier to just roughly wipe down the whisk before mixing the Nutella mixture. Now, simply add in your plain flour mixture to your peanut butter batter and the cocoa flour mixture into your Nutella batter, and fold the flour into each bowl using a rubber spatula just by gradually cutting through the middle and going over and under and over and under until there are no more streaks of flour left inside, and your mixture should look something like this. So at this stage, simply add in half a cup of mini dark chocolate chips into your peanut butter mixture and half a cup of white chocolate chips into your Nutella mixture for aesthetic reasons of being able to see contrasting chocolate chips in your mixtures, and just fold them in. Now simply grab a small pinch of your peanut butter batter and a small pinch of your Nutella cookie batter like so, and gently roll them between your palms in a circular motion to create a lovely little swirled PEANUTELLA cookie dough, and place it on a prepared baking tray with some baking paper where you can see both flavors of the cookie facing up, so it's not just like a Nutella on top and the peanut butter on the bottom, but reveals a beautiful swirl after they're baked. Alternatively, and this is what I highly recommend you do, is after you've made your cookie dough swirls, smush them flat but not too thin, and then you just push it into your well-greased and simply lined mini muffin pans like you see here, that will help you easily lift your cookies off later. And now using 2 fingers, just gently press the dough up on the sides while pushing down on the edges like so, adding more dough if you need to. Once it looks something like this, now using 2 teaspoons, carefully spoon in some peanut butter and Nutella into your cookie dough cups. I've already got some peanut butter in there, so half peanut butter and half Nutella. And be very careful not to overfill them, as we will cover them with another layer of swirled cookie dough. And just gently press the edges like so to seal in the stuffed cookies. Ensure your oven is preheated to 175 degrees Celsius, and I recommend baking the swirled cookies for only 10 minutes and the cookie cups for 12 minutes. After about 10 minutes, your cookies will still be soft to the touch, but remove them from the oven and let them cool on the tray, as they will continue to bake while they cool down. Once your cookies are cool enough to touch, remove them from the baking tray and enjoy. Admittedly, I couldn't find hazelnut extract where I live, and would have added a 1/4 teaspoon of hazelnut extract to the Nutella batter to bring out more of the Nutella flavor. However, these crunchy cookies are still so super yummy, and personally, as mentioned, the stuffed PEANUTELLA cookies are where it's at, and I highly recommend that you make that version. Anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this video and recipe, and if you did, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on my socials to stay connected. Until next time, I'm Cherry Lane. Stay well, everybody.